What is up, folks? Welcome to another edition of Billy the Kid's No Bullshit Toy Reviews. And today we are taking a look at Transformers Generation Select's Turtler, or Snapchat, whatever you'd like to call him. He is the largest of the Seacons, and we're just going to get into it. The paint is glorious. Easiest way to put it, I love the paint scheme. Plastic is good, nothing crazy. There are a few parts that don't like to stay connected, but it's a Generations release. We're going to expect that. The head sculpt is fantastic. Not too sure if you can see it, but beautiful head sculpt. Head's on a ball joint, so full 360, limited up and down movement. Shoulders come out on a beautiful ratchet. They rotate, but not all the way because they're hindered by parts, but the posability is there. You've got a bicep swivel. You've got a bend at the elbow. The hands are stationary. This chest does not like to lock in, but what are you going to do? There is no waist articulation. Soft ratchets at the hips. Kicks back all the way. Kicks forward all the way. There is a thigh swivel. There is a double bend at the knee. The feet come up so far and they pivot. So there's a beautiful range of articulation. However, due to the combining gimmick, you're not going to get that waist rotation. Bot mode is beautiful. He comes with some very nice accessories. A big fucking gun, his own BFG. This gun as well, which has some sort of a sliding gimmick, but I can't figure it out. These are not mine. I got these on loan from my sponsors, Big Tin Robot Toys and Collectibles. Check them out in the link below. A pair of feet for when he is in the combine mode, but they also, I guess, fold up into little weapons. And a very nicely done sword. All in all, robot mode on this guy's pretty badass. I'm going to get him into his beast mode, I guess we'll call it, and we'll discuss that. All right, here we have him in his beast mode, alt mode, whatever you want to call it. It's interesting. It's, it works. It does what it's supposed to do, but it's very simple. Limited articulation. The head looks up and down, and the jaw opens up. Very detailed. Everything's painted, so it's quality. It's good. It's not a bad figure. It just doesn't suit my desires. It's not what I'm into, but they did a nice job. Definitely did a nice job. I'm looking forward to checking out the other figures. Bot mode is where this figure shines. All right, and now we're going to take a look at the Generation Select's Gulf, or Scalor, whatever you'd like to call him. Deluxe sized. He's one of the limbs. Head sculpt again is beautiful. These figures have some of the best head sculpts I've seen in a long time. There is waist articulation, so that's a plus. Head turns 360 degrees. Ball jointed shoulders, so you know what you're working with here. They come up so far. You can bring them up this far. This is for transformation, but it does work. They rotate up and down. Bicep swivel is the ball jointed elbow, so it's not a real bicep swivel. Hands go in due to transformation, so if you want to use that for posing, be my guest. Ball jointed hips come out this far, kick back this far, kick forward this far, bend at the knee, and feet are stationary. So that's what you're working with. His accessories, if we can get him to stand up straight. One of the hands, a sword, a blaster, and two blasters that peg together. So they are accessory heavy, which is nice. We're going to transform him into his beast mode or alternate mode, and we'll see what we have to say about that. Okay, so here Gulf is, or Scalor, in his alt mode, and it's great. It's just, as G1 quirky as you want it to be. This one works a lot better than Turtler. I love it. I think it's awesome. Articulation is interesting. These hips are hinged, so he can kind of pose, which is mind-blowing. The jaw opens and closes. These little arms go up and down, and the legs go all around. So I really love this. I love this little guy. I'll give them some points there. This one's done really well. Let's check out the rest of the crew. All right, and now we've got Generation Select's Overbite. This guy is, I love its colors. The colors are so good on these figures. Absolutely love them. Head sculpt, again, is top notch. Nobody does head sculpts better than Takara Tomy and Hasbro. I mean, they just nail them every time. Head is on a ball joint, full rotation, some up, some down. Shoulders are on a ball joint, just like the other figure. They come up due to transformation, so you have a lot of ranges of motion. Full 360 here at the shoulder, 360 at the elbow, bend at the elbow. Plop these up. You've got limited waist articulation due to this piece. Ball joints give you this much of a split. You've got a thigh swivel, kicks this far back, kicks this far forward, bend at the knee, and feet again are stationary. Really cool, killer color palette on this guy. He comes with a hand as well, a blaster, another piece of the sword, and another blaster. Let's get him into his alt mode, and we will discuss that next. All right, so here we have him in his alt mode, beast mode, whatever you want to call it. It's like a shark with arms and legs. The sculpting is beautiful. The execution is garbage. The mouth opens, is detailed. There's a little tongue inside. Nicely done. These little legs are terrible, and the arms are so blatantly obvious that I just can't buy into it. It does the job of what it's supposed to be, and that's a updated representation of a Gen 1 combiner. It's nice. Spot mode shines again. Definitely worth the money, especially if you want the full Gestalt, but not my favorite of the batch. Let's move on. All right, and here we have Generation Select's Tentacle. Beautiful face sculpt. That is the best part on this one. That face sculpt is stellar. Ready for the worst part? Horrible, horrible tolerances on those ball joints on the hips. I gotta hold them this whole time I'm gonna review them. So you've got a waist swivel, ball joint at the shoulders, hindered by the legs of his beast mode. Ball joint at the elbows, a swivel at the hand, ball joints that are loose as fuck at the hips, an overly tight thigh swivel, and I'm already seeing, I haven't even played with this yet, and there's stress inside of here. So this guy's not going to get a high recommendation from me just for these few QC issues. Head is on a ball joint as well, so round and round you go, up and down. Bend at the knee, two bends at the knee. Obviously this is due to transformation. And the foot goes up and down. I'm having a really hard time with this figure, guys, just keeping it still enough to review. So if I miss something, I'm sorry. It's just that bad. Accessories are these blasters, which again, they do combine together somehow. And this piece here. I'm going to put him into his alt mode. He comes with a hand as well. I'm going to get him into his alt mode, and maybe that's better. Here he is. Here he is in his alt mode. I mean, it is what it is. It looks cool. It looks cool, but yeah, it's better than his robot mode. Here he is. in all his glory. This guy's definitely the worst figure of the batch. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this guy. There he is for you to look at. Legs kind of move. That's him. Really cool sculpt. Nothing really more to it. All right. So here's Takara Tomy Generation Selects Kraken or Sea-Wing. He's cool looking. I think I like him the best out of all these figures. The head sculpt is amazing, and there's black wash in there, so they get a lot of points for that. Really good job there. Head is on a ball joint, full 360. Shoulders come up so far. Shoulder up goes up this far, goes down this far, only hindered by the wing. Bicep swivel. Single bend at the elbow. Hands don't move. We've got full rotation at the waist. Almost full Van Damme. Ball jointed hips. Thigh swivel. Really good bend at the knee. Up so far. Out so far. And the feet, like all the others, are stationary. This guy's great. This guy's great. You could buy him as a standalone figure just because he looks cool. He comes with this blaster. That is 3 individual pieces that combine together. So that is definitely cool. Another one of these blasters, a hand, and the same weapon that comes with Tentacle. He's great. I think he's my favorite of the Seacons. I'm going to get him into his alt mode, and we'll discuss that really quick. Here he is, Sea-Wing or Kraken, whatever you want to call him, in his alt mode, and he's, you know, stationary. He's a manta ray, but he is cool. He looks great. Fun transformation. This guy's cool. I like this guy. You could buy this one as a standalone figure, and you will be very, very happy. So I think I have one more left. We're going to take a look at Nautilator or Lobclaw next. And then, you know, I'll probably release a combined mode video as well. But let's take a look at Nautilator. All right, here is Lobclaw or Nautilator in his robot mode. He's nice. He's got a nice head sculpt as always. His head turned just by moving him. It's wonky. I will say that his connection's wonky on his head. Let's see. But anyway, 360 degrees. It's a ball joint. No up and down the way it's done. Shoulders come up. Shoulders come up. Full rotation. Ball joint at the elbow. Comes up this far. Full waist swivel. Thighs come out so far. Thigh swivel. Kicks back. Kicks forward. Bend at the knee. Feet are stationary. Paint again is wonderful. Accessories are another hand, a battle axe, and a blaster. So let's get him into his alt mode, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Here is Lobclaw in his lobster mode, I guess we'll call it. Let's see. Mouth does open, so we'll do that. Mouth opens, beautiful head sculpt, excellent paint. The claws open and close, I guess. Very limited articulation here at the lobster legs, and the tail stationary. He's a cool piece. He looks good. Not fun to play with, but he looks good. All in all, the Seacons are an interesting bunch. Absolute interesting bunch. These are figures that if you're a big fan of the Gen 1 Seacons, I suggest you get them. If you could care less, don't do it. Personally, these are not figures that I would buy, so thank you so much, Big Tin Robot Toys and Collectibles. Check them out at the link below for lending me these. all in all, it's a very nice set. You can get yours not from Hasbro Pulse because they're completely sold out. But I would check out my sponsors, Big Tin Robot Toys and Collectibles, down in the link below. As always, if you like what you saw, give me a like and subscribe. Thank you so much to my new Patreons. I truly appreciate your love and support, your belief in the channel. As always, this is Billy the Kid, signing off.